Hey everybody, this is Lorelia, and I'm going to do a quick live today. Like the title says, I'm going to show you how you can accumulate um, fifty to $100,000 in business credit to invest in real estate. And so, as we go into the new year, these are some of the things that I am going to be working on in the new year. Is accumulating debt, and I just want to caution you. This strategy that I am going to show you is not for the faint at heart. What do I mean by that? As you can see right behind me, I'm showing you an article that came out a few days ago talking about the federal government and their the rate hike. And a lot of people are predicting another recession. It's been about 10 years since we had the last one, 2009. If you look at market trends, every 10 years there's a change in the market. And so, not to be a Nostradamus, but just based on the information that is being put out there, how are you going to prepare yourself? So, I know you may be wondering, well, literally, with all that being said, why would a person be looking to get into debt if they know that interest rate hikes are going to change, the stock market is taking a hit? It's a lot of things that could scare a person who is not financially literate in a lot of things. So that's why I said, this conversation I'm not having is not for the faint at heart. If you are just beginning your journey with understanding how market trends work, economics, monetary systems, how credit and debt works, how wealth building is working, and you're, like I said, if you're at the infancy stages, you may not understand this strategy. But this is a strategy that I have said since 2018 that I'm going to be doing more of. Gone are the days of helping individuals rebuild their credit score and get out of debt. By all means, I understand there are people who still need that. And I have services to be able to help those individuals, but I am now ready to have some higher level conversations, start doing some higher level things. So, with all that being said, why am I looking to get into debt in the coming years, or in 2009 and going forward? Is because I remember the 2009 recession. I would have to say in my adult years, that recession is a recession that did occur, where I actually saw how it affected everything around me in terms of my business, my finances. And even with that being said, I saw a lot of the opportunities that came out of it. And so, those opportunities that came along, I lost out. I was not able to pick up real estate at deep discount prices. And the list goes on and on. There's a saying that says that when when markets change, the rich will get richer. And the reason why now, as I've gotten older, I understand that, because um, they understand market trends. And so, let's just say that the market gurus who are saying that a recession is on the horizon. I know here in my local market, some of the real estate investors are saying deals are not as plentiful as they were before. And the reason why is because people were buying at very high prices. I see a lot of investors who in my local market did go through the 2009 recession, and so they don't want to get caught behind the eight ball again. So they are being very strategic with how they are buying properties, because they don't want to be caught holding the bag. And so, with all that being said, a lot of people are getting put in position too. And I want to be in position also. And that is why this video is going to be talking about how to accumulate $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit to be able to take part in those deep discounts when they happen, because a lot of times when financial opportunities come, many of us will say, well, I couldn't take advantage of that because my credit wasn't right, and I didn't have access to capital. And here I am going to show you how you are going to get access to capital. And so I'm going to go to a blank spreadsheet, and I'm going to just kind of do some scenarios with you. Let me just try to make it larger so you can see it. Okay, so if I type anything, you can see it. So imagine if, now, like I said, this is not for the faint at heart. This is not for individuals who are in the debt eliminating stage or the rebuilding stage. You're pretty much at a stage where you've already did that, and now you are ready to accumulate debt, accumulate credit to leverage. Like I said, this is to leverage to be able to purchase assets that can create income for yourself. Like I said, this is a strategic move, not for the faint at heart. So imagine if you, and I did this in another video, imagine if you're starting, you're beginning to start building business credit, and say you've gotten a $3,500 credit balance, or let's just use $5,000. So $5,000, you were giving a credit card. Okay, so you were given a credit card. So now with this credit card, how are you going to be able to increase it? So what you're going to do is with this credit card, you're not going to go out there and buy an Apple laptop or go on an expensive trip or invest in yourself. What you're going to do is you are going to write yourself checks. And so what you're going to do, we're going to make sure our utilizations are not high. So if we took 20%, that's $1,000. So what we're going to do is that we are going to write ourselves out a check from our checking account for $500 to $1,000 for every month. Now the thing is that when we do this, we are going to put that money in our business bank account, because we're taking money out of the business credit card. We're writing ourselves a check. And if you're saying to yourself, how do you write your check from a credit card? Like I said, it can be done. Too much to discuss in this video, but yes, it can be done. So what you're going to do is you're going to take money from your credit card, write yourself a check. That money, that check, you're going to put into your check account. Now, when it's time to pay that bill, you're going to pay that off. And you are going to do that for a series of months, because like I said in previous videos, banks are in the business of lending. They want you to spend money on lines of credit or credit cards that you have been given. Now, when that bill is due, you are going to pay it. And since that money sat in your business bank account, you didn't touch it. When it's time to pay it off, you just go ahead and just pay off that balance. And you're going to do that for a series of at least 3 months. Now, if you do it for at least 3 months, that credit card company, a good chance, is going to increase your credit score. If they don't increase it in 3 to 6 months, you can request it. But 9 times out of 10, if they see that you're paying that balance off, they are going to increase your credit score. Your credit limit. So now you go from 5,000 to now 7,500. And then Now you have 7,500. You're going to do the same thing. We're going to always make sure that we are spending less than 20% because we don't want our utilizations high. And we are going to do that. Now imagine if we had card 1 and card 2. Now imagine if we had those 2 cards. So far we already have total credit available. Now we already have $15,000 already available to us. And once again, we're doing the same thing. Once that credit limit is increased, we're going to keep writing those checks. We're going to put them in a bank account. When the bill is due, we're going to pay those off. 3 to 6 months, either our credit card lender is either going to increase our credit score automatically, or we are going to request a increase. And if we request an increase, it's a good chance we are now at 10,000. So now we'll do the same thing. 20%. 2,000. And like I said, we now have 20,000 in accumulated credit. And so we are going to do this for a series of months as we are accumulating credit. Now, if you did this with several credit cards, if you did this with another credit card, card 3, card 3 had 10,000 because you did the same thing with that one. You now have 30. So you get what I'm saying? So as long as, like I said, lenders want to, banks and lenders, they want to lend. And as long as you are paying those balances off, you will be in the winning seat. So this is a strategy when you are truly trying to leverage credit to be able to do some big things in terms of investing in real estate or what have you. Now, like I said, this is not for the faint at heart. If you know, I know a lot of people are going to say, what about interest rates, APRs? What about if I already have a credit card with a high balance? And let me just address that. Can it still be done if you do have a credit card with a high balance? And I always say it really depends. Many of the times when people say that, those individuals are carrying a balance on the credit card. So they may have a credit limit that's 30,000, 25, or what have you, but it's up to the max. And my thing is this. Now the strategy is not going to work for you because you can't even pay off the debt that you currently have. And so, um, is there possible ways for you to do it to get around it? Yes, because you could start building your business credit. You may have that high limit on a personal card, but then you may want to do do the same thing with the business card, and it is possible. But the thing is that what I've noticed is that a lot of times many individuals have a hard time paying those large balances down. That is usually the case. But if you're someone who have a large credit balance and it's been sitting there, because that's what I'm noticing. There are people that have reached out to me and they have the credit, they have the credit balances, but they just don't know how to leverage it to get to the next step. And this is a way, because like I said, if the doom and gloom is really going to happen, how are you going to benefit? How will you take advantage of the doom and gloom? It's not for you to just sit around and just wait and see what happens. It's for you to truly take advantage of the moment, and this is the way to take advantage. This is the way to accumulate. And the reason why I'm looking down is because I have my phone, and just in case I'm live and anyone have any questions, I want to be able to answer them. So that's why. So this is a way for you to be able to take advantage, of the moment. And like I said, this is not for the faint at heart. This is not for those who, if they see a large credit balance, now they're going to wild out, because I've seen it so many times where people have increased their credit scores, they're making strides, and what they're looking to do is to go back into consumer debt. This strategy is not for those. This is for someone who is really truly looking to obtain credit to be able to leverage, whether it's invest in real estate, whether it's to start a business. The whole point of it, for myself, it is going to be for real estate, because one of the things that I am looking to do in the coming 2019 year is I'm looking to invest in notes. I want to buy real estate notes. And so I'm looking to buy possibly first or second lien position notes. Some may be non-performing, some may be performing, and I want to be in position to take advantage of those opportunities, because what I am looking to do is to use debt to be able to purchase assets to generate a income. See, that's different than someone who is getting debt that turns into consumer debt, and all it is a ball and chain. It doesn't work for them, and it doesn't do nothing. My strategy for myself, and like I said, this is my strategy for me, is to accumulate debt. That debt will become an asset because I'm using the debt to purchase an asset, whether it's a note or whether it's a hard piece of real estate. And then from there, I'm looking to generate income. Now, of course, I've did videos where I've talked about how you can get into a real estate and not use no cash and not use no credit. Yes, you can. But this particular strategy is not for that. This is not a real estate wholesaling strategy. This is a strategy to put you in position to be able to purchase any assets that you are looking to get. And so I want to go back to that article where it talks about the rate hike, and also this was a very good article too on bank rate. And this particular article talked about your credit card debt It's about to get more expensive. Here's how to protect it from the Fed hikes. And this is an obvious, article. Pretty much rates are going to go higher. If you're carrying a balance on your credit card, you're going to pay more for it. And so the list goes on and on, because it says right here, if you're carrying credit card balances, the rate increase can cost you hundreds of dollars in interest charges every year. And so they're trying to tell you to pay down those balances as soon as possible. And so, what I've noticed is that in the coming months, in the new year in 2019, you are going to encounter a lot of doom and gloom information, financial information, when it comes to credit, interest rates, what have you. But if you are a person who understands how this whole financial ecosystem works, you can really win financially. So that's why I say it's not for the faint at heart. If you're just starting your journey, you're just getting out of, debt, you're scared of credit, this strategy is not going to be for you, is because you don't really understand the financial ecosystem that is going on. But I get it. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm really looking to take advantage of a lot of those great opportunities that are coming, if they do come in the coming years that like they predicted. I missed out on 2009 because I took some hits, but you best to believe it's 10 years later. If they are predicting the right thing in terms of in 2019 and going forward, rate hikes are increasing, real estate prices are going to drop, I want to be all in. And so that's all I have for you. But if you are somebody who's saying, you know what, I'm looking to be part of, what you're doing, Lorraine, I want to learn more about it. There is some high level programs that I do have where we have those conversations. But for those people who are just beginning their journey, I have something for you too. Like I said, I have a system for you to plug into so you can get to the point, because I'm not going to really be doing any in terms of one-on-one advisement when it comes to how to increase your credit score, how to get out of debt. There's a system that I can plug you into. For right now, there's a promo going on, which is less than $30, and you can plug into that. And so you can be in position, because gone are the days where you want to make excuses for yourself. That conversation should not even be taking place. It's too much free information. It's too many people who are teaching online whereas you can do better financially, and it don't even have to come from me. If you feel like you resonate with someone else, by all means, take advantage of their offerings to be able to prosper in 2019. So that is my message to you. Like I said, this is a strategy that I will be putting in place. If you want to learn more about it, how I'm going to be able to do it, I would love to talk to you more about it. And so, leave a comment under the video. Please share it. Let me know your thoughts. What are you doing? How will you protect yourself in this financial ecosystem in 2019 or coming forward in the new year? Okay, this is Lorelia, and I am signing off.